Yo, what is going on, you slackers? I am your host, Slackerz Gaming, bringing you another Rocket League Market Watch Monday. Now, if you haven't seen Market Watches before, it's basically where I'd be going over, specific items that I think you should either invest in, that you should either sell now, or, trade for, stuff like that, to kind of help you give you a leg up on the competition, to help build an inventory, so to speak. So, let's get into it. Every market watch always has a theme, and this week's theme is things that potentially could be dropping in value really soon because of, the new crate. Usually when a new crate comes out, stuff from the older crates start to drop a bit because, they're older items, and people are like, okay, I'm on to the new stuff. I want the new stuff now. So, of course, we still don't know anything too much, at least at the time of recording, what's actually in the new impact crate. So I think I'm just gonna go over some safe bet items that will probably start to fall in value. So if you want, sell now for the value that they are, and if you really want them, pick them up again in 2-3 weeks when they're cheaper. That way you'll get your item back, plus you'll make some keys. If that's how you want to look at it, you make keys, you get to keep your item. Free keys, basically, at that point. Why not, right? Who wouldn't do that? It just makes sense. But let's just start. So we don't know if there's going to be any new Mr. decals or any new goal explosions. Odds are, at least, there's going to be one, either or, if not both, right? So, of course, top Mr. decal out there right now on the PS4, Dissolver. Currently sitting at 44 to 45 keys. Still pretty, hefty price to pay for it. It's the top one. People want it. It's the newest one. So if, because again, like I said, we don't know if there's any new black markets. But if there is a new black market mystery decal, Dissolver's price is going to start to go down because people are going to start to want that one. And then we have to wait a few weeks to see what the actual hype is. But because it will be a new crate, people will start to look off of Dissolver, which means people will start to sell it to get the new stuff, and panic selling can definitely affect its price because everyone's just trying to get rid of it for as much as they can, and when they do that, price just tank. They go down. So if you want Dissolver and you see like the slightest bit of it, starting to, creep down to like the 40 key mark, sell it. But if you want to keep it, like I said earlier, sell it for what it is now. Wait a couple weeks when it's cheaper, pick it up then. Get to keep your item technically, and you make some keys in the process. Win-win for, you. So it's a win, right? That's just one win. Even though it's 2 wins, you get to keep your item and more keys. It's always a win. So Dissolver is something to keep an eye out for. I mean, pretty much like the top Mr. decals. Heatwave. Heatwave always seems to kind of not really be affected, though. It's really crazy. Just go 3 months here real quick. I mean, Springfield, that doesn't count. Okay, it doesn't go back enough to the Victory Crate, but Triumph Crate came out with Dissolver, and this thing, Heatwave was sitting at 15 to 16, it dropped all the way down to 14 to 15, but then, it's still Heatwave, and it kind of came right back to where it was. So, at first, Heatwave might drop in price. I'd still say keep Heatwave no matter what, even if it does drop maybe a key or two. Heatwave bounces back. Everybody loves Heatwave. It's good, classic. It's always a fan favorite. So don't really panic too much with Heatwave. You can keep it. Its value will return more than likely. Okay. But another one would be one of the newer ones, Stormwatch. This one is starting to dip down a bit. It was kind of 10 to 11 for a good chunk of time. 10 to 11 here, but it's starting to fall a little bit. I just advise to sell this like right now. Just sell it right now. Get rid of it. It's going to drop in value. It's going to keep getting pushed further down the line in terms of black market decals. Again, if there's a new Mr. decal, I don't know why I did air quotes. If there's a new Mr. decal, Stormwatch is going to get pushed a little farther back. And it is in 2 crates, so there's more of them out there. So if you can still get 10 keys for them, I'd take that deal. And then just maybe wait a few weeks, and they might be down to 7 and 8 and pick them up then. So, yeah, just that for Stormwatch. Again, it's pretty much the same with almost all of these. Bubbly, kind of the same as Heatwave, a good classic that everybody loves. But it probably will drop about a key, maybe 2 keys in value, and then it will stick around there. So probably around the 10 to 12 mark instead of right now it's at 12 to 13. So that's something to look out for. Chameleon is another one. Again, kind of what I said with Dissolver. It depends on how much the new mystery decal is beloved by the community. If it's one that you gotta have, like Dissolver was, Chameleon is going to drop below 20. So if you're fond of Chameleon and you see it start to dip, sell it, wait a few weeks, pick it back up, you have it back, plus some keys. You win. Win-win. That's the theme. You win-win. Okay? Do that. But enough about mystery decals. It's pretty much the same with all of them except for maybe the ones that are at the bottom that are only like 2 to 3 to 4 keys. They probably won't really matter in terms of value too much. But let's go to Goal Explosions. If Goal Explosions, if there's a new one, Mystery Goal Explosion, more things could drop. Dueling Dragons is a tough one. It's a tough one. This thing has withstood, pretty much it's been the #1 Goal Explosion since it came out in December. That's like 6 months ago. What? Sure, Atomizer first came out in the Triumph Crate. I told you, I always say it. I told you then when it was 33 to 35, if you had it, sell it. Dueling Dragons was going to take over the #1 spot again. It was, and then it dropped because of Atomizer, and then guess what? It just kept kind of going up. It's like, you know what? I'm like the heat wave of Goal Explosions. I don't care what you say. My price is this. I'll tell you what my price is. That's what it's going to be. If I want to go up in price by a key or two, I'm going to do that. So it'll just be interesting to see. Again, we'll get more information once the crate contents are actually revealed. And if they get revealed before this video actually goes up online, well then, I don't know what to say about that. Bad timing, I guess. But Dueling Dragons is a tough one. If the Goal Explosion is another cool one, it's got, cool design like Atomizer is. Atomizer is going to drop below 10 easily. I mean, Goal Explosions, I always say this, they never keep their value, besides Dueling Dragons, because you're #1, but they don't keep their value, so I just right now advise sell Atomizer. Get your keys while you can. Get your keys while you can. It's gonna drop below 10 soon, even if there's not a new Goal Explosion. It's going to happen. Mark my words, it's going to happen. Guaranteed, okay? A few of the other ones are probably going to continue to drop a little bit. Maybe Polypop drops maybe a key or something like that. But, yeah, again, none of the other mystery Goal Explosions are really too expensive. So, pretty much just Atomizer, sell now. And we got to wait and see what Dueling Dragons would do with the new Goal Explosion. It might drop a little bit at first, but depends on how the community reacts to the new one, if there is a new one. So we'll have to wait and see about that. And the other big one I want to go over with. This one is very, very tough to judge, okay? The White Octane. Now, the new crate, I've heard some rumors. These are rumors. By no means they're facts. But, okay, what we do know for a fact is there is a new car in the new crate called the Twinzer, which uses the Octane hitbox, and it can be painted. Now, the White Octane has been the #1 car since it came out, okay? It's been the king of cars. It now has competition. Does the White Octane fall in price? The answer is, we'll find out. We'll find out, okay? It's tough to judge. It's hard to see the the White Octane falling, but if pros start catching on to the new Twinzer, especially the White Twinzer, and they start running with that instead of the Octane could start dropping, and the Twinzer could be very expensive. Now, going back to those rumors I was telling you about that I heard, the new car could be exotic. They could pull that, the first ever exotic car. Think about that. First ever exotic painted car. Do you have any idea how many, especially with the Octane hitbox and can be painted? You have no idea how valuable the imports from that crate will be. People will be paying guaranteed 1 key for just to have a chance at the new White Octane. Woo, my gosh. Okay, but White Octane, all painted Octanes are something to keep in mind. Pay close attention to these over the next few weeks. This could be a bumpy ride in terms of value. I doubt it's going to go up in price too much. It'll probably start to fight. If the Twinser starts to gain some momentum, it's going to start to fight, and maybe the octane starts to drop because I don't know. We have to wait and see again. This is just kind of like a precaution Rocket League Market Watch Monday. Just a few items to keep in mind that could be dropping depending on the contents of the crate. And again, if the rumor is true, there's an exotic painted card that has the octane hitbox that can be painted. Wow. That's going to be nuts. Yeah, I really can't wait to see how this new crate is, what's in it. Yeah, I just can't wait. Comes out, tomorrow the new update drops, so that's going to be cool. We'll see then. But I guess until then, it's been a kind of a short market watch, but just things you want to keep an eye out for that are probably going to drop in price depending on what is actually in the contents of the new crate. But until then, this one is over. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me.